Games are weird. There's so many premises in games we just accept. Being able to die and then come back to life to try again, getting shot and using a magical medical spray to heal yourself, or being able to teleport across the world in a matter of seconds with fast travel. There are some games though that turn that weird meter up to 11, and that's what I want to talk about today, with the 8 weirdest game premises that defy all logic. At number 8 we have Neverdead. Neverdead is an action-adventure game released in 2012, developed by Rebellion and published by Konami. It was available on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 and Microsoft Windows. It offers a unique blend of third-person shooting and melee combat. The twist here is in the name of the game, Neverdead. The protagonist in the game, Bryce Boltzmann, is an immortal demon hunter. This immortality doesn't mean he can't be damaged though. He can be dismembered, and a lot of the game is based around this insane mechanic. He can take off limbs and throw them at enemies, and can lose them in battle. I mean, you can even end up as just a head, rolling around trying to reattach your torso and limbs. The game has a tongue-in-cheek comedic tone. It often makes self-aware jokes breaking the fourth wall to make fun at the expense of general gaming conventions. There's also scenes like this which are weird but hilarious.
Like this. Here. Gently now.
This combination of action, humour and unconventional mechanics sets Neverdead apart. It's a quirky, weird experience that stands out in a sea of more traditional titles. Moving on to number 7 we have EarthBound. EarthBound is a cult classic that I don't think gets enough love and attention. Released in Japan in 1994 as Mother 2 and then later in North America as EarthBound. It was developed by Apink and published by Nintendo. This is on this list as it was released when most pixel RPGs were super serious, set in a medieval castle or some fantasy land trying to take down a big bad, but EarthBound instead is set in a modern day suburban environment, and instead of fighting traditional monsters you fight weird enemies, like manly fish or dancing hologram. It has a lot of humorous dialogue, a great soundtrack and poke fun at RPG tropes. The story of EarthBound follows a young boy named Ness, who is tasked with saving the world from an evil alien entity known as Gygas. As Ness sets out on his journey he meets friends who join him, including Paula, a girl with psychic abilities, Jeff, a boy who's a skilled inventor, and Pooh, a martial artist. Together they travel through various towns and landscapes, encountering quirky characters and bizarre enemies along the way. As the story unfolds they gather melodies from 8 sanctuary locations, which are essential to defeating Gygas. Throughout the adventure, the group faces challenges that test their friendship and resolve, while also exploring themes of childhood, friendship, and the battle between good and evil. This game is such a weird, quirky change from all the usual games from this period, and it's one I really recommend you play if you've never experienced this weird masterpiece. At number 6 we have Seaman. Yes, I said Seaman, not Seamen. Seaman is a game released in 1999 in Japan and a year later in North America. It was developed and published by Sega and released for the Sega Dreamcast. It utilised a unique microphone peripheral that allowed players to interact with the game by speaking to the Seaman, a virtual pet that resembled a fish with a human face. I mean, I could just end this here. It's a fish with a man's face. How much more weird can you get? The game is set in an aquarium where players take care of the Seaman, feeding it, cleaning its environment and engaging in conversation using the microphone peripheral. The game involves nurturing the Seaman from an egg to adulthood, during which it develops a personality and can communicate with the player. The Seaman often provides humorous and philosophical commentary, making the experience both entertaining and thought-provoking.
You can do almost anything on the internet. Work, shop, chat, get the news, play games, listen to music, and pretty much anything else you want to do.
The game is just all round weird, but it was something different and players did actually enjoy interacting with the Seaman, no matter how creepy he is. At number 5, moving on from a Seaman to an Octodad. Octodad Deadliest Catch is one of the weirdest premises for a game I've ever seen. It was released in 2014 for PC, PS4, Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. The game was developed and published by Young Horses. Octodad Deadliest Catch is the sequel to the original Octodad, which was released in 2010. In this game you play as an octopus disguised as a human father, navigating everyday tasks while trying to keep his true identity a secret. It even has a song about this and how nobody suspects a thing.
Nobody suspects a thing.
The game features a unique blend of humour and physics-based gameplay, where you must get married and complete everyday tasks as a titular Octodad. The gameplay is so much fun. The humour comes from the awkward and clumsy way players must control Octodad's tentacles to complete tasks, all while trying to avoid revealing his true identity. You control each limb separately, leading to some pretty hilarious situations. As the story progresses, Octodad faces various obstacles, including a relentless chef who is determined to expose him. The narrative explores themes of family, identity, and the lengths one will go to protect loved ones, all wrapped in a light-hearted comedic package. It's such a weird premise for a game, but somehow it all just works. It's one of the most fun, weird games I've ever played. Now we're at the halfway point, please take a look at this graph. As you can see, a lot of you are watching but haven't subscribed yet. Subscribing not only helps support the channel but helps keep you updated on all my latest videos. So, if you like what you see, go ahead and give it a subscribe. It's free and it means a lot to me. Thanks for being here, now back to the list. At number 4 we have the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable was released as a mod for Half-Life 2 in 2011. It was then later re-released as a standalone game in 2013. The game was published and developed by Galactic Cafe. The story is narrated to you, and the narrator leads you through the story. You can choose to either listen to him or not. The game has a branching narrative that reacts to every choice you make in a funny or witty way. The narrator will mock you for not being able to follow instructions.
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
The game even has commentary on video game design and storytelling. This was made a bigger part of the game with the Ultra Deluxe Edition, where the game guides you through the DLC. The writing is clever and often humorous, with the narrator providing commentary that can be both insightful and absurd. This blend of humour and philosophical musings keep players entertained and engaged. The Stanley Parable features a total of 16 different endings, each offering a unique conclusion based on the player choices throughout the game. These endings range from straightforward outcomes to more complex and surreal conclusions. With its mind-bending narrative and playful subversion of player expectations, the Stanley Parable proves that some of the most profound journeys are the ones that lead us to question the very nature of choice itself, making it a truly unforgettable entry in the realm of weird games. At number 3 is Katamari Damacy Reroll. Katamari Damacy was originally released in 2004. The game was developed by Namco, which is now part of Bandai Namco. The remake/remaster Reroll was released in 2018. This is the version I'm going to talk about, as it's essentially the same game with better visuals. The narrative revolves around the prince who must recreate stars after his father, the king of all cosmos, accidentally destroys them. The premise of rolling up small objects starting with items like thumbtacks to massive buildings and entire landscapes to create celestial bodies is both humorous and fun. The game is filled with quirky characters and humorous dialogue, often poking fun at itself and the gaming industry. The soundtrack is also amazing. It gets stuck in your head all day after you've heard it a couple of times, but it's still good. The self-aware, playful tone contributes to its uniqueness. Katamari Damacy stands out on my list of weird premises because it transforms the mundane act of collecting objects into a whimsical cosmic adventure. With its absurd premise of rolling everything up from tiny thumbtacks to entire cities to create stars, the game defies conventional storytelling and gameplay norms. Its vibrant visuals, quirky soundtrack and chaotic gameplay invite players to embrace the delightful chaos, proving that even the most unconventional ideas can lead to the most memorable and enjoyable experiences in gaming. It's weird and I love it. Now down at number 2 we have Goat Simulator. How could we do a list of games with a weird premise without mentioning Goat Simulator? Goat Simulator was released April 1st, 2014 and has just been remastered. It was developed and published by Coffee Stain Studios. In the game, you play as a goat, and the only real goal is to cause as much havoc as possible. The game features intentionally glitchy physics, allowing goats to fly, bounce, and ragdoll in various different ways. You can launch your goat into the air and watch it tumble uncontrollably. You can use your goat's tongue to lick and drag objects, including people, cars, and even other goats. You can jump on the back of unsuspecting humans or animals, turning them into your personal ride and creating funny scenarios. The game is also packed with secrets and Easter eggs to uncover that can unlock special transformations for your goat. There's the Devil Goat. By performing a specific set of actions at a pentagram, you unlock a Devil Goat, allowing you to shoot fireballs and wreak even more havoc. There's a zombie mode in which you can fight off hordes of zombie goats, and the game even has a jetpack. It's such an odd premise for a game, playing as a goat, but it's honestly a great time. Lots of mindless, chaotic, crazy fun. Finally, at number 1 we have Deadly Premonition. Deadly Premonition was released in 2010 for the Xbox 360 and was later released on PlayStation 3, 4 and the Switch. The game was developed by Access Games and published by Ignition Entertainment. Deadly Premonition is known for its bizarre and unconventional elements, which contribute to its cult status. The game follows FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan, who is sent to a small town of Greenville to investigate the murder of a young woman. As the story unfolds, it gets weirder and weirder. From the overly friendly townfolk to the mysterious figures lurking in the shadows, every character adds to the game's surreal atmosphere. The gameplay mechanics are another layer of weirdness. Players navigate a mix of survival horror, open world exploration, and even minigames like fishing and cooking. These unexpected elements can feel out of place, yet they contribute to the game's weird charm. And let's not forget the dream sequences. These surreal moments blur the lines between reality and the supernatural, immersing players in a world where anything can happen. As you follow Francis on his investigation, you'll find yourself immersed in a world that challenges your expectations and keeps you on your toes. Deadly Premonition earns its spot on my list of the 8 weirdest premises in gaming due to its unique blend of surreal storytelling, eccentric characters, and unconventional gameplay mechanics. The game challenges traditional narrative structures, immersing players in a bizarre world where the lines between reality and supernatural blur. Deadly Premonition offers a captivating journey that is as strange as it is unforgettable. And there you have it, those were my picks of the 8 weird premises in gaming that defy all logic. Which one surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more gaming content. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.